Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're taking a look at NIO. Some huge news in the NIO space, seriously. And this is the news I've been waiting for because this is exciting. I wrote articles about this, I spoke about this, I predicted this, or at least something similar, something along the lines. So the NIO CFO, the Chief Financial Officer, confident in 250,000 vehicles delivery target for 2023. This is huge. If these are the expectations for NIO, well, they certainly are similar to my expectations for NIO. So let's read into this and try to understand what exactly is going on. So shares of NIO Inc. are back on the rise after the company's CFO, Mr. Feng, said that we're very confident that the electric vehicle manufacturer could hit 250k annual sale target by 2023. That's this year. No time to wait. And there's no time like the present. So the CFO noted that they plan on achieving their goals by introducing new models, increasing their charging and battery swapping amenities, and granting access to self-driving tech. Subsequently, the NIO shares experienced an 8.6% boost in the opening hours of Hong Kong Stock Exchange and rose approximately 18% over the past 48 hours. Now, I wrote this article on the 23rd of March, so this has been a few days. So this is, of course, last week, trading days, possibly Wednesday, Tuesday time. This is when all of this was going down. So hitting 250,000 vehicles mark would be a milestone for the Chinese automaker NIO. Now, last year they delivered 122,000 auto cars, and that was a 30% surge, and yet still lacking beyond their initial intentions. My predictions for this year was I wanted NIO to achieve 200,000 vehicles delivery and, build and delivered. So that would be incredible if they achieved that, but I didn't expect them to say anything regarding hitting 250,000 vehicles. That's just monumental. That's absolutely crazy and insane and epic. That would be quite an accomplishment. So NIO is obviously up against increased competition in the Chinese auto market. Now, one of the major reasons is due to a price clash between homegrown EV makers such as BYD, Tesla, Polestar, XPeng, and huge international names like Volkswagen, and all aiming to boost their sales. Now, NIO, on the other hand, they've had an impressive bank balance of 6.6 billion by the close of last year, offering them a huge scope of investment in global progress and product creation. Now, as part of their extended strategy, they plan to launch 5 new models in 2023 alone. They're also bringing the ET5 to the UK, and I'm seriously excited about that because I need to test drive one. They're also keen and expanded rapidly into Europe, not just with cars, of course, but this is some of their swap stations throughout the European market thus far. They're quite popular in Netherlands, Germany, of course, Norway, little bit in Denmark and Sweden. And I do believe that this all started last year, and they're constantly building out battery swap stations, which is really important because that's one of their key selling points for the brand. It's a really important selling point, the fact that with these vehicles, you don't necessarily have to charge. You can always swap out your batteries. That's epic. That is quite impressive. So it says here 1,331 power swap stations, and 11 of those are in the EU, including 350 power swap stations along highway routes, 1,261 power swap stations, 6 in EU, 1,261 power charger stations, 6 within the EU. So they've got swap stations and power charging stations in the EU. Combined, that's 17 stations. Those are swap stations and charge stations. Very good. And additionally, 6,385 power chargers, 18 of which is in the EU. 1,114 destination charging stations. So newly added in the month of February. That was last month. We're in March right now. 1 NIO space, 1 in the EU. 6 NIO service centers, 1 in the EU. 8 power swap stations, 1 in the EU, including 2 power swap stations along highway routes. 15 power swap stations, 1 in the EU. 36 destination charging stations, So this is how they're rapidly growing out, especially in Europe. They want to bring more vehicles to the European market, including the UK. Possibly started with the ET5. That's really impressive because that's a direct competitor for the Tesla Model 3. It's a competitor for the Polestar 2 and possibly the Polestar 4. Yeah, this is quite an exciting time for Polestar, for NIO, for the entire electrification market, because new cars are being brought to the market by various companies, and I'm super excited. Now onto the NIO shares. The NIO shares have been quite low recently, to say the least. 15.5 billion in market cap, ladies and gents. Now, during the month of March, it's been as low as $8.26. When has it ever been that cheap? I don't remember particularly, to be honest with you. If we look back in the last 6 months, this is the last 6 months of the share price. It's been as high as $17.62, but right now it is particularly cheap, which means for me, of course, it's a great time to buy. Seriously, because this company is looking to deliver over 200,000 vehicles this year. Yeah, but I'm more than in. I am more than in. I'm invested in a lot of ways. Once again, not financial advice, but it is interesting to see the share this cheap. And it's not just NIO, it's Polestar as well. Polestar has been affected quite a bit, to say the least. This is a look at Li Auto. They've had a very different trajectory in the last 6 months. Within the last year, they've been as high as $40. So they've lost market value as well, but a little bit different trajectory compared with NIO and Polestar, of course. Let's look at XPeng. That's a look at XPeng within the last year. It's been as high as $35. Now it's $9.62. And now, of course, let's look at Tesla. Again, a very similar trend, of course. It's during the last year, it's been as high as $361. Right now, it's $190. In the month of January, early part of January, the share price was as low as $113. This wasn't so long ago. Now, during the month of February, I think me, including a lot of people in the market, we thought that the market was starting to recover a little bit, especially for EV vehicles. But I think this point has proven that it's not ready to fully revive. The market isn't ready to revive just yet. It's getting there, but it's not ready just yet. But nevertheless, that is it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe to see more. Leave a like, leave a comment, and I'll see you in our next video.